Hey, what's going on, horror fans? Skidgore here, back with another video. Haven't done one of these in a while, been pretty busy, but this is one of my top 100 favorite horror films of all time videos. This, I think, is video 4. Before I get started, just want to thank everybody, for watching and subscribing. Really appreciate it. Yeah, none of these are going to be in particular order, you know the drill, so let's get right into this. First one I got, Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. This movie is very disturbing. It's a depiction of an actual event that happened, the abuse of a little girl by her her aunt, and the neighborhood kids are in on the torture. Extremely a film that really makes you feel really sick after watching, because it actually did happen. And yeah, it's really good. The actor that played Meg, the tortured girl, is amazing, and her torturer, Gertrude something, I want to say, I forget, but she's an amazing actor as well. But The Girl Next Door. Next up, from 2007, we have Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is one of my favorite modern horror anthologies ever made. All the stories are connected in some way to this character, Sam, who's very iconic. I can't wait for Trick or Treat 2. I hope it comes out soon. But yeah, all these stories are connected, and great actors, great atmosphere. Really what horror anthologies should be. Excellent film. Going on to 1976, we have Who Can Kill a Child. This movie is very, it makes a statement. It really makes a statement about the abuse of children. I know Stephen King was inspired by this film to make Children of the Corn as well, but this was the first. And it's amazing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that director's name. Narsikol Ibanez Suridudor. Anyways, this is a really good movie. In 2007, from Brian Pullen, we have Fetus. Fetus is an amazing gore film. Amazing special effects in this film. Probably Morbid Vision's best work yet. I'm a huge supporter of Morbid Vision films and The Underground and Brian Pullen. Excellent film. Great gore. Good story too. This guy loses his wife and child and just pretty much descends into madness and just diabolical, just insanity. Great gore. From 2008, we have Blackwater. Blackwater is inspired by true events. This is an Aussie film about crocodiles attacking people, and this is just, it's made so well, so believable. You actually feel sorry for the characters when they're, sitting in the trees and trying to get away from this crocodile that just wants to eat them, and he does a pretty good job eating most of them. Excellent film. The best crocodile film I've ever seen. And also from Aussie 2010, we have The Reef, which is also based on a true story. Blackwater and The Reef pretty much are films that make you want to not go to Australia, to swim. This is probably the best shark movie since Jaws. I saw The Shallows last week too, that was really cool, but The Reef, I think, is just so much more realistic. And, you know, they use real great white sharks. And just, like I said, you feel for the characters, and it's just definitely my favorite. From 1978, we have the late great David Hess in the film Hitchhike. Now, I like Last House on the Left, and I like House on the Edge of the Park, and other movies that he's done, but this is by far my favorite. I just love him in this film. Plays a deranged, psychotic hitchhiker, basically, who stole money from the bank with a group of guys, and he was pretty much on his own, and then he catches up to him and eventually kills him, and then it hooks up with these two in the car and just terrorizes him. Excellent film. Very, very violent, and total mindfuck ending. You never saw that ending coming. Definitely one of my favorites. From 1974, we have Thriller, A Cruel Picture. This movie is amazing. Definitely inspired people like Quentin Tarantino for the Kill Bill films, especially with Christina on the cover. This film is great. This girl gets hooked on heroin by a drug lord and pretty much turns into an assassin. But then she just gets sick and tired of all the bullshit and just pretty much takes matters into her own hand and cleans house and kills all his henchmen and eventually comes after him. The ending of this movie involves a rope and a horse and a very bad day. Great film, though. Make sure you see the uncut version of that. Number 62 from 1981. An American Werewolf in London. This film, of course, is a classic. Every sense of the word. John Landis, he's known for campy horror films, mixing comedy and horror, and this is probably one of his greatest moments. Definitely, it's a classic horror film. Special effects by Rick Baker, Monster Maker, was way ahead of its time. Just revolutionized the way horror films were going to be made after it, along with The Howling and, of course, The Thing. Really put the special effects in the spotlight along with the actor and the story. Excellent film. Griffin Dung is great in the film. Gets killed by the werewolf and comes back as a corpse and pretty much just hangs out and tries to get the main character to, played by David Notting, to kill himself because he's a marked man. Curse of the Werewolf. Beware the moon, lads. Yeah, what's it called? The Slaughtered Lamb? Yeah, that's one of the greatest names for a bar. I just love this film. Excellent special effects, excellent story, very entertaining. Definitely a movie I would show horror fans that are just starting to get into this genre. It's a very fun movie, but also serious at the same time, and it just bridges the gap between both worlds very well, I think. Yeah, that's John Landis's An American Werewolf in London. Classic. And the last one I have for this video from 1975 from Mondo Macabro Films is Alucarda. Alucarda is a Mexican horror film, satanic demon horror film / vampire film. Basically this orphan befriends this girl, another orphan. It's an orphanage, it's a nunnery, an orphanage, and they become friends, and Alucarda makes a pact with Satan, and pretty much just all hell breaks loose at the nunnery. The priests want to perform an exorcism on Alucarda and Justine, and it just goes completely wrong, and they end up killing Justine, which sets Alucarda off on a rage, and just a fiery vampiric climax with nuns and priests burning and Jesus on the cross burning. It's just very blasphemous. Definitely not a movie recommended for Bible thumpers and overly religious people. I don't think they really would appreciate this film, especially the scene where the crucifix comes on fire at the end. This is one of my favorite Mondo Macabro releases. They always put out some great films, but this is definitely one to check out if you can find it. I think you could find it on Amazon still. But Alucarda, more blood, loud screaming, nudity than any horror film I can think of. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on, I would say, for a review. If you like Satan, if you like blasphemy, if you like vampire aspects, boobs, a lot of boobs, none on none action, just really deprived shit, I would say Alucarda is your film to check out. So that's that. Well, there you go, guys. That's another video of my top 100 favorite horror films of all time. My cat wants to say hi. Hey, say hi. Alright, guys. Thank you very much. See you next time. Thank you for watching and subscribing. This is Skidgore. I'll see you next time. Later.